Well, I guess I'd like to wish my American cousins a very happy 4th of July, even though it's the 5th of July here in the UK. But I didn't really get a chance to play last night because my little man was with me overnight and he always stops play. But we took out the Tier 5 New Mexico Tech Tree ship, and there she is, resplendent in the stars and stripes camo. That's my build, and I'm going to show you my captain and inspirations as well. But while I was looking through my list, I realized that this is the only Tier 5 American battleship that I don't have a Kraken in. And so we thought we would give it a little bit of a go. Jokingly, he said, "We're here on Sea of Fortune. We have a team of potatoes and our awesome division of the Rusty Buckets with Tim and Chopper." And the reason I say we got a team of potatoes is because of exactly how the first half of this game pans out. And you will see me get more and more frustrated as this game goes on, trying to ping the map and ask for help and ask for intelligence. Because the Podvoisky over there is about as thick as two chalk planks. The Devonshire isn't much better, and the battleship across there isn't much better. And literally, we are going to have to do everything we can to try and carry this game, because our destroyers, basically left and right flanks, are just going to go to a bag of pants. ACAP is going to be overwhelmed and pushed hard. We're going to have to clean those up later in the game. The Podvoisky, the cruiser, and the battleship, they're going to let a Fubuki sail in and take that cap without even contesting it. We know that we're spotted. We've got 3 battleships, and obviously we can't see where the destroyers are. But what we can see is that Fuso, there's also a Nevada out there. We're going to blind fire across the top 2 turrets. We are spotted, so there's no point in not firing our guns. It's worth taking a shot across the top just to see if we can get something. I think Tim hit him for 16k. I hit him for another 7k. And as you can see, he's lost just over half of his health. There's an Omaha behind there and the Nevada. Now, unfortunately, we lose sight of him, but he can still see us, and look at what is happening there on the right side of the minimap. The destroyer has decided he doesn't want to contest. He is going around the outside of the island. The Devonshire is parked behind a rock where he can't see a damn thing, and the battleship is also going to go the long way around the outside of the islands. And I'm kind of shaking my head in disbelief at this. If you look across on ACAP, you'll see that pretty much the entire team has gone and stuck themselves right against at the edge of the map behind the island, obviously hoping that they're going to get a crossfire into the cap. But they have got, I think it's 2 cruisers and 2 battleships against them. Now, as I said, this is the only Tier 5 American battleship that I don't have a Kraken in, and I'm going to work towards that here, or at least do my best. But I'd still rather play for the win, and I'm going to make a call in a second. That is going to annoy me a little bit later on in the game. But play for the win, not for the medals. Let the medals come to you. So Chops, I think, is there. Is going to take Torps. There is the Fuso. We lead him a little bit. We put a full salvo out there, lead him a little bit more, and go again. The torpedoes run out, which lets me know that the Fubuki is 10k's away. First 2 turrets go terribly. Second 2 land on them. Chops has got shots in the air, and that is going to finish that Fuso. So Chops picks up the first blood with that. You'll see now that Red Team have got 2 caps. Our team is still nowhere near the capture points. The Podvoisky is trying to make his decision about coming round the back of the island. The Devonshire is still parked behind this island, and the battleship is still sailing the long way round, which means that the Nevada, who was spotted near the centre of the map, is the one that is in that capture point. Unless it's Red Team's other destroyers. We don't know. So I tell the guys that I'm going to start pushing right as we lose our Vasterus across there on Ape Cap. We've already lost a cruiser across there on Ape Cap. Let's leave the Omaha, see what we can do with him. That looks like Omaha. No, double, triple. That's Pabuki torpedoes again, because our destroyers are doing nothing to try and spot them. We take half the health off the Omaha, and he is going to carry on running. I'm going to put myself in a very, very sticky position here, because I'm thinking, do I turn out now and kite away from this Omaha? And then I get myself spotted and I'm already trying to turn back in. So I'm going to try and take some turrets out on him. Did I say Omaha there? I said Nevada, or I meant Nevada. But there we go. I'm trying to turn back into him, waiting for my reload. I can see the Omaha at the back. We're going to try and bounce as many of these shells as possible, but we are risking secondary hits. How does that? Yep, okay, we do a good job there. Don't know if he was shooting HE or what, or whether I bounced all of those, but this guy is going to pay the hard way, because I'm turning out hoping that I can get a reload in before he reloads, and that is exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to dev strike him for just under 29,000 damage. We hit one citadel. I don't think there are enough hit points left on him for that citadel, but I'm going to continue my push. We're going to lose our cruiser to the Huang He, and I'm hoping that he's going to stay spotted long enough for me to get round and get my guns on. But no, we lose the Kirov. So now we've got 2 cruisers, 2 battleships pushing down this flank. There's still 2 destroyers running out there, but Tim with his Huger manages to get shots onto that Huang He, calling for the destroyer to sail into B cap and tip that in our favour, because we are still behind. I've just hit my damage control and a heal, and that is going to cost me hit points very, very shortly, because most of Red Team are pushing down this cap now. We have no idea where they are. There is the Mackinson. We're going to go turrets through the front of them, and then we're going to turn and angle out, because we don't know what else is there. We pick up a high caliber on 93,000 damage. Remember that figure, because that is high caliber at 93,000. That is 30% of the overall hit points of the enemy team. Let me just say that we're going to add to that, and we're going to add quite significantly to that. But this Mackinson is going to get lucky. He starts to spam HE because I'm obviously angled away, and he realizes that he can set me on fire. And we're going to let that one tick. And oh look, there's another New Mexico. That's just absolutely awesome. So let's try and turn out of those shells. He gets a little bit off us. There's the destroyer coming through the cap straight in front of Chopper. I have no idea where our destroyer is. For some reason, he's gone back to Charlie Cap. The battleship in the Devonshire is still going the long way around the map, even though there is absolutely nothing out there. I'm going to put 2 turrets, because that's all I've got, at the Jaguar. We get some good hits. Chop goes out with a dev strike, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on here? Telling this guy in the DD to come around. Honestly, he must be sailing round with his head stuck up his rear end, because there's absolutely no reason to be across there on Charlie Cap. Now, pretty much everything is on this side of the map. That cruiser and the battleship are obviously chasing the low health Omaha when Red Team are pushing this way. I'm hemorrhaging hit points, having to push my last heal here and telling these guys, can you push in? No, it's not going to happen. Don't expect people to play that you want them to play, and I try to tell myself that so many times, but frankly, some of the gameplay at times is absolutely incredibly frustrating, but that actually leaves to me at times having much better games. But this Mackinson is going to get so lucky every single time, and we're literally just tickling for health, and I'm thinking, come on, RNG, just give me that kill, give me that citadel shot. There's another fire. I've got to let that one burn for at least another 20 seconds here before I can damage control it. All I can hope is that this Mackinson does not get another fire on me, because that is going to hurt. We go for our spotter plane to give us some increased accuracy. I think that's 10%. We put the shots out there. How is that one going to work for us? We're going to take about half of what he had. Now we damage control because the Mackinson has just fired. We are halfway through a reload. Tim is pushing over, but he's round the corner and can't get a shot on this guy. So I'm saying, can you get onto the New Mexico? And I'll try and do what I can for the Mackinson. In fact, here we go. This is my last heal. I feel like I was drawing all the heat. Mackinson is going HE again, hoping to get another fire on me. Thankfully, he misses, and there is the Ioba. I'm like, oh my god, no. But thankfully, the Mackinson is gone before he gets a reload. I've got 17 seconds before I can fire at the Ioba. I've got just under 40 seconds before I can damage control a fire. Thankfully, he goes armor piercing on me, and that probably is what saves my ship. But with the New Mexico coming around the corner, I can see where Tim is, and Tim has not got a shot on either of these guys. I am very much piggy in the middle. Thankfully, those other three clothheads that have spent the majority of the game so far sailing around the map have finally decided to push in towards the middle. They've taken B cap. Well done, guys. You've actually done something for the game. And I'm thinking, do I turn, put my turrets to the right? Do I put my turrets to the left? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting very, very lucky here because that New Mexico missed. But I know this Aoba is either running in to get torpedoes on Tim and I, or he's going to try and light me on fire. But I'm not going to give him the chance of that one, and he's going to say, good night, Irene. There is our Confederate to go with another Dev Strike. That's 20% or at least 20% damage to at least 6 ships on the enemy team. There's still the Fubuki, there's still the New Mexico, and there is still an Omaha out here. We are on 3 kills. This point of the game, I'm calling for Tim to push towards me, and I will push towards him because I am running Will to Rebuild, and I honestly think that it is the only thing that is going to save me from dying in this game. 10,000 hit points isn't a lot if I get my angles wrong, and this guy punches a hole in the side of me because we're only hitting him at that angle for 1200, so we're going to try and keep the same angle and keep this guy inside, spotted. The destroyer is running in. There is the Omaha, low health back there, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got 2 ships here. Omaha's low health. Can I take him? New Mexico's fired at me. Let's see what we can do with the Omaha. Can we get a shot on? We can see that the secondaries on the New Mexico are rolling, which means the DD has itself spotted. We put 2 shots at him. We get a good Citadel hit, but the torpedoes pick it up. Should I have gone all 4 turrets on him and potentially picked up a 4th kill there? Because we missed the Omaha. 10 seconds for a reload. The Fubuki is still running around somewhere, and now our destroyer is sitting in his smokescreen. I would love for somebody to explain to me why. I know that not everybody is experienced in every class of ship, but you can at least give it a go and try to understand basics of gameplay and what your team need for you to do to enable them to bring home a victory. Fubuki has just given the game away with where he is. He's across there on Charlie Cap. I know I'm safe. Omaha, 2 turrets only. We've got a repair party available just in case he gets a fire on us. But there we go, another Citadel hit to bring our total up to 6. We're on 4 kills, 184,000 damage. We've immediately switched back across to high explosive, but we know that we are running the risk of getting torpedoed by this Fubuki. Now the game is in hand. We are 250 points up. There is less than a minute on the clock. You know what those guys are going to do? They're going to head for Alpha Cap. We don't need Alpha Cap at this point of the game. We need to kill the Fubuki for a Kraken. We are spotted. We are within spotting range of the Fubuki, and that potentially means we are also in torpedo range. But is this Fubuki going to come YOLOing down afterwards? Look at this battleship in front of us. He is the guy that has spent the entire map sailing around. I don't know if he's actually shot at anything the entire game. Devonshire's taken some hits. I think that was potentially from the New Mexico. But there is a salvo of Fubuki torpedoes. The clock is ticking down. And of course, he isn't going to want to die and give me a Kraken. The torpedoes run out. The timer runs out. And if you didn't see it pop up there, that is a Dreadnought and a Fireproof to go with the High Caliber, the 2 Death Strikes, and the Confederate. The High Caliber we picked up at 93,000. So looking at 184, that's almost double a high caliber medal, which is almost 60% of the overall hit points available from red teams. So that is why I am putting this one on. It's not a record breaker for anyone else. It's a record breaker for me. And to be honest, I think I played the hell out of that one. And when you take double the hit points that a high caliber is worth, I think it certainly shows that you've played the team game and done everything that you can for a win. So if you have liked that one, smash the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what your record for damage and XP is in the New Mexico, because I broke 3,000 XP on that one, which was pretty damn awesome. Subscribe if you haven't. You can donate through the links in the description or through the link on the video. And as always, until next time, take care and goodbye.